There is? I've never heard of that one. Okay.
It's like on Nickelodeon.
Okay, so take one and pass it down, pass it around.
No problem. Someone asked me I have it for like
Did everyone get a warm up? There appear to be two warm ups here without owners. Who did not get one?
I got one.
Anybody else?
They sent it.
Thank you.
I made it for you. Oh my gosh, oh my
It's in May. Okay, here is your 2-week checklist. This is an important checklist because Miss MJ is going to be gone next Tuesday. I have to go to Cincinnati for a week for my training.
A week? You won't be here Wednesday, Thursday, Friday?
Right.
What?
No, I'll be here this week. No, I'll be here all this week. I'm going to miss next week. Mr. Donnie and Miss Giovanni are going to be here with you. You'll have plenty of stuff to do, don't worry. So you'll have Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, but then there's no school on Monday.
Why? My mom's going to love that.
President's Day.
Don't question it, Megan. Wait, this
Monday? No, February 17th.
What if we need your help?
There's no school Monday, and then I won't be here Tuesday. I won't be here Wednesday. I'll be back on Thursday.
It's not this week, we're gonna...
I was just saying, the second part of the checklist, and I'm going to be gone for 2 weeks. I'm here all this week, but the next week that's on the checklist, I'm going to be gone for half of it.
But next week, Monday, is the 17th.
No, I know. That's 3. I'm going to be here all week. I'm going to be here half of next week. And then I'm going to be here for the second half of the following week. I'm missing like a Wednesday to a Wednesday.
Oh.
Not a Monday to a Wednesday.
I got you.
Okay?
That makes sense.
All right, good. Okay, so take a checklist and please put it in your binder.
Can you do this? Where's that?
As soon as you've gotten your checklist, there's one other thing, and it's new, and I need you to pay attention.
Hey, that iPhone is too big. Isn't that from a rejected cartoon?
It just doesn't go beep beep.
Mason, are you trying to give that to somebody?
Yes.
To whom?
Why?
Pass it down.
Mason, you have one?
Yeah, it's over there.
Thank you. Good morning, how are you?
It is so hard to feel like this may go too.
All right. So, remember how we at the beginning of the year, we were doing that daily participation rubric. You guys had to circle 1 through 5, or give yourself a 1 through 5, and you were just writing anything down. You really weren't reflecting at all about that week or about that day. A lot of times you were forgetting to do it at all, and then doing it 3 days later. And so, do you agree with me that it would? Zoe, I'll answer your question in 1 second.
Oh,
what did you get?
Oh, yeah. What? Wait, no, wait. No, it's that now.
Okay, so when you guys are ready, I'll continue. Thank you. Mason, please don't play with that. Mason, don't turn it back on. Mason, I need you to pay attention, please. Now I know you're paying attention. Thank you. Okay, so we were doing it daily and it didn't seem to be be a useful tool. So I got rid of that and I started checking your planners. How many of you think that's been more of a useful check-in point with me? Okay, good. I agree. I think that we're talking more and we're getting more done than with that daily participation rubric. But I did want to bring it back in a different form so that you could do a little bit of thinking about like your character and your development as a person. I put those posters up at the beginning of the year and we really haven't talked about them a lot. The ones that say respect and community, learning, hard work, and peace. Those are things that we should be striving for as a group and as individuals in our lives. They're things that they make us people with character and integrity, people that others will take at their word. And I want us to think about what we're doing consciously and unconsciously to foster that in the classroom. So what we're going to do is instead of doing it daily, we're going to do it once a month at the end of the month. So having had January 31st pass on Friday, today is the beginning of February, I was thinking, obviously, you weren't thinking about it all month in January, so we're going to start it for this month, for February, okay? So we're going to go over the rubric now, and this will be a part of a grade, it's going to end up being part of your language grade, because I'm going to have you write a little bit about it on the back at the end of the month, okay? So, take one and pass it around, and then we'll talk about it. Good idea, Isabella. I didn't think about that. Thank you. Emmy? I will change the job as soon as we're done with it.
No, there's no time to replace.
What? No?
Yeah.
Did everybody get one? Yes? No? Did everybody get one?
Yeah.
Okay, so the first section is for character and values. Alright? How many points is the maximum? 5. And then what's the second level?
4.
And the third level?
3 to 0.
Okay, so you're going to rate yourself based on that rubric. To earn a 5, what do you have to do? Ethan, to earn a 5.
You have to genuinely and regularly display the commitment to core values.
And the core values there are community, respect, and peace. So, what do you think is an example of doing that? Who thinks they can come up with an example of a 5 in your commitment to core values? Sarah?
I think, like, being, like, when we're having, like, quiet time, not being the one person that's talking, or, being quiet and courteous to other people.
Okay. Francesca?
Anytime somebody asks for your help, you immediately, well, like, not drop your stuff just for them, but, like, you're always attentive and you always try to help out.
Good. Can anyone think of a non-example, like the opposite, if you're to show that you're not doing as much as you should? Anybody? Rachel?
During community meetings, if you're having side conversations.
Okay. That's truly not respectful of others. Helena? You were going to say the same thing? Okay. Sarah?
Why we talked about in the shower being not hurtful, just being around.
Okay. All right. What about comments that are hurtful? Would that earn you a good score in your commitment to core values? No. Okay, very good. Next one. Attendance and punctuality. How do you earn a 5 in attendance and punctuality, Megan?
Being on time for school, not being tardy.
Okay. And what else? Zoe?
And like after all breaks and like I think that means like after lunch and stuff you like come back into the classroom and then you like study to focus.
That's really important because during the day we have times when we kind of stop what we're doing and we take a little break either to go to band or to go to lunch or to go to Miss Shelley, and then we come back and we're kind of not centered and not focused. If you can get yourself back together quickly, that's important. What's another thing that you should be ready for during the school day? Okay. What else though? What if I say you need to, yes, Sarah? Lessons. If I say you need to be at the carpet in 5 minutes for your lesson, if you're here with your clipboard and your paper and you're ready to take notes and you're attentive during the lesson, that's punctuality, okay? Check the note where you're supposed to give yourself a score. What does the note say in the fifth column? What does the note say, Paige?
Consult the attendance record clipboard and indicate any absences/tardies along with your rating here.
So when you do that rating, you're supposed to be looking at the attendance sheet, okay, and telling me how many days you were absent or tardy. All right? Yes.
Are you going to keep the attendance?
I always do. In fact, I'm changing the attendance clipboard to the binder that has all the past ones in it. That way you can look through the entire month. Okay? Next one, preparedness, which has to do with hard work and learning. How do you get a 5 in being prepared? Mason?
Has all necessary materials and has assignments completed on time.
So, what do you think is an example of that? How could you prove to me that you deserve a 5 in being prepared? What do you think, Elena?
Well, we have our assignments done and how we're done, and we're checking it or something.
You're checking your stuff into the control book too, right? If you go to the control book and you have a bunch of L's, meaning you have not turned in your work on time, are you earning a 5 in being prepared? No. So once again, let's look at the note. It says consult the control binder and note any missing assignments along with your rating. So at the end of the month, if you still have stuff missing for that month, you need to write them down there so that we can talk about how we're going to fix that. All right, let's look at the back. Participation. Yeah. I just didn't repeat it at the top. I'm sorry. Megan?
Like I said in seminar, we asking questions and being an active listener would be a great a way of participating.
Anytime, right? All the time, right? Being an active listener, showing that you're paying attention, and then asking questions, making eye contact. Those are all very good examples of participation. What's an example of not an example of participation? Ethan, what's an example of a non-example of participation? What do you think? Not contributing during lessons. Helena?
Being distracted or fiddling.
Very good. Zoe?
Well, also, like, how I think Rachel said under character and core values, like if you're talking during the meeting or whatever, and if you're not contributing to the meeting, then it's seen as respectful and it's also
Very good, Zoe. So the note there says check the community meeting clipboard and your classroom job board, and you're going to tell me the jobs that you've done that month. So if you were facilitator on such and such day, you were a greeter on this day, and then you'll tell me the jobs that you've done as for the classroom jobs up here. Okay? And knowledge and application grasps concepts and ideas, translates concepts, and takes ideas into practice with insight. Your work is high quality. So in the note, I want you to think about lessons that you had and name one thing that you could teach to someone else in the group, as well as one thing that you would like to have another lesson on. So name one thing you felt like you understood really well, and one thing that you're a little shaky on that you still could use help with. Yes.
If you put the one thing that you thought you grasped really well, could you put like algebra for the month? You felt like this month, even though know they're like
Well, but,
separate works, could you put that
Or maybe
overall,
for
like,
a
put like a...
lesson.
or maybe like you could say, I really understood the part about, solving equations or solving inequalities with two variables, or the part about probability and outcomes. Like, try to think of it as a topic more than a subject. Yes, Sarah?
When you take these, are you gonna read them and then help us with them?
Yeah. No, I'm just gonna throw these in the garbage.
Well, no, I was just wondering,
Of course. No. That's, I think, and for me also, you know how it was very cumbersome for you guys to do it every day? It was really difficult for me to try to read them every day too. I didn't have the time. But once a month I can sit down and read them and work with you on them. Yes?
Are the overall comments for us or for you?
Both. And if we need more space, we can always attach. So, what's the total, how many categories are there? 5, and how many possible maximum points?
5.
So what is your maximum possible points?
Out of 25.
Should you just give yourself 5, to get a 25 out of 25? Was that really gonna be helpful to anybody? No, I want you to really be reflective about your experience in the classroom. You're not getting a grade based on how well you score yourself. You're getting a grade based on the quality and depth of your reflection. Yes, Rachel? If you feel you deserve a 5, you need to be very good about proving it.
Okay.
Okay? Of course there's times when we deserve 5s, but there's times when we don't. Alright? We need to be honest about those with ourselves. Isabella?
What if you didn't get a good score and like you wanted to like influence that? Could you like write a paragraph, like a reflection paragraph?
We could talk about it. I don't want you to be like super concerned about the score. This is a tool to help us grow, okay? It's not like it's gonna be, it's more like a score, the score that you're gonna, the grade or whatever, the check-in that I'm gonna give it is for completion, and more like for completion in a thoughtful way, completion in a so-so way, they just did it to get me out of the way. That's what your grade's gonna be like for this. It's not like, oh, you know, Jujubee got a 19 out of 25, that equates to exactly 72.3%, and that's gonna be a grade in your language grade. No, that's not what I'm doing here. I'm not trying to penalize you, I'm trying to help you, okay? Nathan?
Good job.
I know, I'm getting there. Helena?
So if we say we had trouble in a certain lesson and the other person like really understood the lesson, would you try to have them help?
That's what I'm gonna try to do. Hopefully there will be someone who really understood it and they can help. But yes, if that's a possibility, then yes, and if not, then I'll help them. Yes, Sarah?
So if I think that I deserve like 18 out of 25, if that's how I rate myself, would that go in my grade, or would you like base it off of how much effort I put
Into doing the reflection. Okay? I want you to be honest. You shouldn't be afraid to score yourself honestly. Because being honest with ourselves is very important in life. And understanding our strengths and our weaknesses so that we can work on the things that need help.
Like we don't need any help.
Maybe we can do a little bit of deeper reflection. Alright, so does everyone understand what this is for? I gave it to you today because now you know what you should be thinking of during the month. So when you get your new job, you can write down the job you have for this week. When you have a community meeting job, jot it down in that section. If something happens that you think was a good example that you can use for your reflection, go ahead and write it down. Exactly. You got it. That's why I gave it to you today. All right? Let's try it and see how it works this month. If it doesn't work, then we'll try something else. But I think it's worth giving it a shot. Is everyone on board with doing this?
Yeah.
Okay. Thank you. And now let's change jobs before we move on. So Isabella, you get technology this week. Sarah, you are tables and chairs. Mason, you are with Paige on supplies.
Thank you.
Megan, you are plants.
Thank you.
Our amaryllis needs, I don't know what we have to do with it, but it looks like it's growing out of that pot. Yes.
Okay, so last week I didn't get to be flagged because those two people didn't do flags, so you skipped me over flags, please be flagged.
Hold on, I have to see how it works so that I don't get confused. So Francesca, kitchen. Floor is Zoe and Ethan. All right. Now Melissa's supposed to be flagged. I'm letting Helena and Kingston off. You did it for 2 weeks already. Rachel, you got skipped. George, did you get skipped?
No.
No, okay. Mason, you're not anywhere near there. All right. So,
Yeah, looks like we're doing flag, Rachel.
Kingston, you get the cushy office one. Helena, you get garbage. Sorry. Doors is recycling. Nico, books.